Hey gang, today I'm at Epcot and I have a huge announcement to make, but the only way you're gonna be able to hear it is if you come along.
It's based off our name.
Today I've entered the back way of Epcot and I love seeing the little shop that's called the World Traveler. That's gonna be me soon, you guys. And the reason I'm saying I'm gonna be a world traveler is because it is happening in 2 weeks. I am making my way to Disneyland Paris for the very first time. I didn't realize for the Flower and Garden Festival, this is where Mickey and Minnie were at. That's so crazy. I knew I didn't see them out in the World Showcase, but yeah, that's because they're right here. Hi girlies, hi Minnie, hi Miss Daisy. I just made a huge announcement and so I felt like I had to come tell you about it because I saw you. I just said that I'm going to Disneyland Paris for the first time. Do you know where that is? It's kind of behind us. This is a Disney World Paris, but I hope that I get to see you there too. I got distracted by Daisy for a second and I had to just scream it to the world that I am going to be a world traveler very soon. And of course, I'm taking you guys along. But I was just so excited that this trip is less than 2 weeks away. I was like, hey, I know a place I also love that has England and Paris that we could hang out in at Epcot. We're just gonna go around this little area of the World Showcase, and that's why I wanted to enter the back, because literally France and England are like right next to each other right when you walk out here. And for our flight, we actually are flying over to London first. We're gonna be there for a day or two, and then we're taking a train, which I've never been able to say, and I've never done in my whole life. I'm gonna feel like I'm like on Harry Potter or something. But yeah, we're taking a train to Disneyland Paris for 2 days. We're staying on property. So let's do this day just like I'm gonna do that trip, which is, let's start in England. We gotta go get a little drink at the Rose and Crown. And I hope to see some British rock while we're there, but I'm getting to see some here today. Of course, I had to get my delicious snake bite. I always tell you guys, it's just the best drink. It's so refreshing. If you're not a beer person or you're not a sweet cider person, don't worry. This has beer and cider in it, and it's just like the perfect drink. It's always so fun to be in the Rose and Crown also. And my friends are already making fun of me that like when I actually get to go to a British pub and an English pub in the UK, I'm gonna be like, I feel like I'm at Epcot. And like, no, you're at the real thing that Epcot was based off of. I'm also looking forward to seeing one of these beauties, the classic red telephone booth. I know there'll probably be lines and lines to take pictures in one, but not in this one. And if you guys have been with this channel for a while, you know I love to have an adult beverage in a phone booth. Think it and sink it. Tastes very, very snake bitey. And there really is so much to see right now, especially because the Flower and Garden Festival, like I said, is still going on. So over here in the UK, they've got Pooh with his little red balloon. And don't forget about the Three Musketeers over here, just living their best life, except for Eeyore, of course. And then right over here, they have the Sportsman Shop. It smells amazing in here, and I'm assuming it's all these fancy perfumes right here as you enter. Wow. Such a beautiful shop. Do I need this bag for the trip? I kind of feel I do with little Mickey. I gotta know how much that bag is. That adorable bag is $29.99. I think you can wear it as a fanny pack or as like a side strap bag. That is really cute. And this I did know was in here. It's the United Kingdom Spirit jersey. I have been wanting it for a while. I love just the Union Jack there on the back. It's so classic. And I really like these little tins here. It's like a Peter Pan themed toffee tin. It has some English toffees in there, and then later it can become a little piggy bank once you have all the candy out. Look how beautiful. I actually remember getting this one as a little girl. I was always really, really fascinated with the United Kingdom and the royal family. And I remember one of my mom's English friends brought me this from England. So this is definitely from there because I remember getting this when I was little, but I've never seen the Peter Pan one. That is so cool. And they do have lots of British UK candies that you cannot get in America here. So maybe once I'm back from the trip and I'm like missing the UK, we'll have to come back here and try some of those. And right over here, they actually have a room that you can look up your heritage over in the UK, whether it be Irish, Scottish, or British. You can come right here. You can look up all the different names and they will show you what your family crest is. You can even get it put on like a mug or a little framed portrait. It's a really, really cool thing. They do have some pricing. So to discover the history of your family name, all right there. It's really, really cool. This hallway is so fantastic and it has all different swords. Look at that, daggers and shields. Wow. Oh, I guess you could even get your crest like on these things as well. I didn't think about that. Maybe even a little dragon. And then even some shields and swords for the kiddos. And more snacks. And some of these guys. Hey, buddy. I think I'll be seeing you too. And right above him, it does say, God save the Queen. But I do think very, very soon that might change to God save the King. And that is another reason why we are heading to London. So after we go to Disneyland Paris, we are heading back to London for the coronation of King Charles. Well, Prince Charles, who will become King Charles. So we're gonna try to be a part of it. It's like a once in a lifetime historical event. There's tons of block parties that go on. We're hoping to try to see them and see some of those royal guards as well. It's just a really big part of history and a once in a lifetime opportunity. So that's gonna be a really another cool, exciting thing you guys get to come along for. There's also a cozy corner in here with seating. You never see anything like this with no one sitting in it. I have to just sit in it and relax for a second. Right next to the sportsman's shop is just proof that I'm still a little kid because I just cannot say Tudor Lane without laughing. I just can't, you guys. I can't do it. Tudor Lane. And I love this little Shakespeare garden that they have right here in the UK. William Shakespeare often used flowers and exotic gardens to help set the scenes for his plays, and just as often the bard used plants as symbols and metaphors. Of course, one of the most famous being Romeo and Juliet, and on the balcony scene of Romeo and Juliet, Juliet gives what might be the most famous mention of the rose in all of literature. That is another thing I'm very excited for in the UK, is seeing some Shakespeare history, maybe going to the Globe Theatre. And I am getting a little bit hungry, so I think it might be time to find some grub. In the UK Pavilion, there's actually two places you can eat. You have the Rose and Crown, which actually, let alone being a pub, is also a sit-down dining restaurant with awesome firework view. But also there is the classic fish shop with your classic fish and chips. Now, I've had the Yorkshire County fish and chips before and they are amazing. I've been to other British pubs around the area as well and I've had fish and chips and I love them, but I'm definitely super pumped to get some classic ones when we're over there. So I think I'm gonna skip on the fish and chips and I think it's time to head to France, on to our next pavilion of the day. Just like that, we are transported into France, of course, with the amazing Beauty and the Beast topiaries behind me for the Flower and Garden Festival. And I truthfully feel like the trip we're gonna have, it's gonna feel like that fast. The train ride from London to Disneyland Paris is only about a 3-hour train ride. However, I do know starting June or July, like right after we go there, they are shutting down that train system and you are gonna have to like jump trains to a different train to be able to go to Paris. So we are getting in there one last time. It also is gonna be Disneyland Paris's 30th anniversary. So we're gonna be spending most of the time there at Disneyland. And I told you I was hungry, and luckily there is so much food here in the France Pavilion, let alone they have a flower and garden booth. They also have like 2 sit-down dining restaurants, but they do have a very, very hidden walk-up restaurant that not a lot of people know about. So I wanted to show you guys that. And just past the sorbet place over here is what I've been talking about. This is the layout. It is the French boutique and cafe. And walking in, they do have some Parisian gifts, but I am not gonna spend my money here. I can't wait to see what Disneyland Paris has for me to take home. But look over here, they have a beret. Oh my goodness, and it says Paris right on it. How much is this? $24.95, even a little mini with the Eiffel Tower and Epcot. Now, I would be a little scared if I saw this guy on my Eiffel Tower. I don't know how long it would stay up with him on the top. How much is this little guy? $16.99, little stitch on the Eiffel Tower. They even do have some Paris ears here. And how cute. Look, it looks like macarons. The ears. They are very adorable, especially for $34.99. But I think I'm gonna wait. I'm not much of an ear girl, but I wanna buy some Disneyland Paris specific ears. And as you can see, you literally just enter. They have different coffees, different frosés and wines, of course, all the bakery items, and some really delicious French sandwiches. And I'm gonna keep it real French by getting their croissant jambon fromage. It's ham, cheese, and bechamel sauce in a croissant for $8.95. I also couldn't leave without the Leal macarons. And I like this because they give it to you in a little carton. You don't have to eat them all. You can take a few home with you. They do not give annual pass holder discount here for the food because it is basically a walk-up. But have you seen a walk-up with such delicious looking food? I mean, listen to the crunch on this. And the cheese pull. Oh yeah. It's still going. It's still going. It's never gonna stop. All right, let's give it a try if I can get the cheese up here. That is so very delicious. Hits the spot. I do wish the sandwiches like came with a side, but oh, thank you. But I'm assuming that's kind of a more of a like a little American thing. Like we're used to having sides. I think I better get used to like just eating a sandwich over there and calling it a day. But if the sandwiches taste anything like this, I'll be super, super pumped. And just so you guys know, the seating in here is very, very limited. They do have little stand-up little tables. That's usually where I find a spot. But just realize you might have to go eat your food outside. And this is definitely another thing I'm gonna have to look forward to. Looking for signs for toilets, not for restrooms and bathrooms. Let's hop out here to try these macarons. It is always confusing because we have a thing in America called macaroons, but I don't think it's the same thing as macarons. Like, it's very confusing. I just know I like these, whatever they are. I wish it said the flavors. I think I've gotten this before, and one of them is like peanut butter and jelly, chocolate. I think there's even like a matcha in there. I'm just gonna go for this chocolate one because chocolate is just so fancy and so French. Oh my goodness. That is incredible. Like, I don't know how actual French food is going to compare. Am I just gonna be really comparing everything to Epcot, you guys? I don't know. I'm not sure. I hope I can really take it in and really see the differences, but this is absolutely amazing. Now, once you've had your amazing meal at Leal, you can also go on the Remy ride that they have here that is completely, fully based and identical to the one that they have on Disneyland Paris. Here, the wait times are about 70, sometimes to 100 minutes to get on the ride. We've done it a lot. But I'm sure the whole crew that we're going with, they're gonna wanna go on the original Over and Paris because it has a different soundtrack, although the ride is the same. So I'm gonna skip out on that ride today, maybe just go in a couple more shops, and we gotta check out that Beauty and the Beast sing-along. And of course they have all the Ratatouille merch, even him standing by the Eiffel Tower. Really cool. I love this little anyone can cook book. Is it actually? No, it's kind of more of like a little journal, but that's really cute. And this is definitely getting me excited. Paris, the city of cheese, not the city of love. I agree, Remy, I agree. And oh my goodness, right next to all the Ratatouille stuff, there is actually a lounge and bar in Disney World that I didn't know about. We might have to grab another little cocktail here. I'm thinking about getting the sparkling rosé. That kind of sounds like it's right up my alley. Cheers, you guys. I did get their sparkling rosé. It was only $9, so I thought that was a pretty good deal for this beautiful little champagne glass and a little rosé. If you guys want to continue to help me to get those $9 rosés, my Patreon is linked below. No need to join at all, but if you feel so inclined, I am going to be out of work for 2 weeks, bringing you guys along. Every little bit helps, so definitely go to my Patreon link. And perfect timing. It's about 8 minutes till showtime, so we're going to head in. Okay, I did not know that they had this in here, and I'm freaking out. It is not Beauty and the Beast theme. They do have some of those things, but they have Maleficent, Angelina Jolie, who is literally my spirit animal, her staff, her head wrap, and her dress in here. Did you guys know about this? This is so cool. Look at the detailing on the neck and on the head wrap. You guys, I'm freaking out. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. And then of course, they also have same kind of thing, but from the Beauty and the Beast movie. This is literally the dress that Emma Watson wore. There's Lumiere. Do you guys see how cool he is? Even the mirror, Mrs. Potts and Chip, and of course, Cogsworth. Wow. Oh wow, I have not been in here in a very long time. I remember it was like Impressions of France before they changed it to the Singalong.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Beauty and the Beast sing-along. Oh, and one more thing, this is a sing-along, so everybody clear your throat and get ready to sing out loud and clear.
Me, me, me. Bonjour, 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 bonjour.
Here we go.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. By course, one by one. Shout, enough, I'm done.
Who knew we're both the same size? They can get, so don't forget to sing along. Just follow me.
Tale as old as time, and barely even friends. Then somebody bends unexpectedly, both a little scared, neither one prepared. Beauty and the Beast. Well, I didn't like that at all. I was not expecting to get emotional in a sing-along, but the reason for that is last year at my wedding, my father-daughter dance with my dad was Tale as Old as Time. It's his favorite Disney movie, and so it was a really, really special moment. And so just hearing the song again in a theatrical version made me a little emotional, and that's really why we're taking this whole trip. It was me and Travis's 1-year anniversary, and so instead of going back to Disneyland, California, or doing something around Disney World theme park, we said, let's go big. Let's go to a place we've never been before. And I just know it's gonna be so magical. This whole day was magical. And before I head out, I just wanna take a little second and thank you guys for all of the warm positivity you've been sending to me lately. I wanted to give you an update on my best friend, Brittany. As you know, she was in the ICU. She had a stroke, and she is leaving the ICU and heading back to her home in Sarasota. So thanks for all the positive vibes and all the prayers. and definitely keep them coming with this trip just around the corner in 2 weeks. Since it's our first trip, our passports haven't even come yet. We did pay to expedite them, so hopefully they get here and we can leave May 1st to the trip of a lifetime. And definitely check out that link below for my Patreon if you guys want to be a part of the journey. But for now, here from my version of the UK and France for the day. Peace, love, and positivity and all the good things. Love you guys. Bye.